What's up, LEGO fans? DJ Legos here, and today we are taking a look at a 2022 LEGO Disney set. It is the mini Disney The Haunted Mansion, and I bought it last year for its retail price of $40. So let's start deconstructing the set and seeing how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigure. So taking a look at the minifigure, we get a butler, not any of the iconic ghosts or characters from the ride. We get the butler. In particular, it's based off the cast member costumes that they wear as you go through the queue. But for the figure we do get, it is very nicely designed. They go with like a generic spooky version of a butler here. So you do get that old Doctor Who Widow Peak hairpiece in a brown color, so it's very rare in that color, so it is very nice to get it. The face is also very nicely designed. It's pretty macabre, and the eyes are very sunken. It looks very creepy, so that is very fitting within the Haunted Mansion, but it's also spooky in a fun way. Torso print is printed against teal. It's very nicely done. It very replicates the cast member costumes in the park. It's very nicely designed, and but it is very not nicely printed. Like the teal parts of the jacket are nice, but because the undershirt and white parts there are printed against a darker color, there is a little bit of a quality control issue there, and he does just come with plain dark blue legs. And then flipping around, he doesn't come with an alternate expression, which is fine, but kind of would love to see one anyway. Maybe something more spooky, more whimsical, that kind of thing. But the back torso printing is very nice. It replicates that jacket pretty nicely. And other added bonus, we get a cloth piece for the turncoats of that jacket. So that is pretty nice. It is a different color of fabric from the plastic of the torso, but that's to be expected. You're dealing with plastic versus cloth, so I don't mind that too much, but it is nice seeing that type of outfit continued. We rarely get that these days. Looking at the main meat and potatoes of the set, is the nice show building of the Haunted Mansion. So based off the one that is in Disneyland, the original, so it's based off a Southern Mansion here. The build for it was pretty straightforward, if not repetitive, just recreating all these sand green arches for the outside patio area, and the stunt techniques used to create these windows here also a fair bit repetitive, if I'm being honest here, but it is very nicely designed, and it does look like the actual facade there. It's very not much more to say. It's just a mini model. Do appreciate the part usage here. It is on that same black rounded base that the Disney Castle was on, so you can place the minifigure on next to it, so you can actually pinpoint what this is. But best part of this set is spinning around. You do actually get a look at the interior. Couple of the show scenes from the actual ride here, and doing my best to get some light in here for you to actually see the details. It's very nicely built up. It's a couple of the show scenes from the actual attraction, some of the portraits hanging up, and then the main thing is the ballroom scene. So you got a bunch of white nano figures here representing all the different Pepper's Ghost animatronics there in the ballroom, and you do get a nice cute little upside down build of the candelabra there piece there for the actual chandelier that hangs in the scene. The portraits are also very nice. They're all stickers, so not a fan of that, but they do reference various iconic animatronics characters from the ride. Don't know why we couldn't get any of those as an actual figure, but you do get the Gravekeeper and his dog. You do get the 3 hitchhiking ghosts, each with their own individual portrait there, and then you do get Madame Leota in the final portrait. So that is all very cool. Again, really wish we would have gotten any of those as an actual figure. And then moving up to the top, finishing off here, you do get this nice little spire build. It's pretty nicely designed, but pretty straightforward. Extra pieces, you pretty much get studs and tiles and all that. That's to be expected. This is a mini build. You use a lot of more smaller pieces to create the build here. Best part, you do get an extra one of those white plain nano figures, and you do get an extra ski pole. You get 1 booklet to build the set with. You get the render on the front, of course. This is a little bit special. Inside the first cover here, you do get a little bit of information on the Haunted Mansion attraction there. So that is pretty nice for anybody who's not like a hardcore Disney fan to learn a little bit about the attraction. It doesn't go fully into details, but it does give you a little bit of what the attraction actually is. You do get that little blurb about the paper bag slowly being rolled out, as well as to build stuff recommended 1 bag at a time. Build is pretty straightforward. You do use a blue stud for the progress bar here. And then at the back you just get the parts inventory, and you do get the generic minifigure for the product feedback thing on the back. So looking at the box, typical $40 size. Relatively, you get a nice product shot of the set. You get the Haunted Mansion logo in the corner. Nice spooky background for the set. It really captures that Haunted Mansion spirit. You even got one of the gravestones represented, except for instead of any of the actual rhymes in the queue, you just get haunting, grinning, and socializing, referencing the grim grinning ghosts come out to socialize. That song that's in the attraction, that is pretty nice that they included that. You do get some nice representation of kind of the wallpaper that's throughout the attraction. The butler sports the actual size reference, and then on the back they just show you the alternate version angle, showing off the little mini surprise in the set, as well as a closer look at those portraits of the hitchhikers, Madame Leota, all that. Getting into my final thoughts for the set, build wise it was very repetitive, but that's to be expected. I did overall enjoy it. It does represent the source material pretty well. It does look really nice next to that first Disney castle. The minifigure choice, however, I do appreciate the butler being in here, but I question why they landed on him specifically, especially because fans of the actual attraction would want like minifigures of like the actual characters from the ride. The Hatbox Ghost, the Bride Constance, the Hitchhiking Ghost, Madame Leota, like things that characters that would actually be from the attraction. The butler's fine for what he is, but I just don't understand why they landed on him specifically to represent the overall attraction. And that also leads me into the quality. Only real issue I found here was that torso print could have been a little bit better, especially compared to how it looks on the box art. And $40 for all this considered. Yeah, that is the previous price of the Disney Castle that was released a couple years back. But this, pretty much the build is fine. The build is immaculate. It does have like a few issues, but that feels like $30 to me. That feels like a $30 build. So it's $10 pretty much extra for the figure. And again, whole package here. I don't feel like it's worth that $40 with the issues that I brought up. I would like to see this more at a $30 price point. So all in all, set's gonna get an 8 out of 10 for me. Again, if you're a Disney fan, if you're specifically a fan of the parks, I do think this is very well worth the pickup. Again, it retires at the end of the year, so you only have a limited time from now to buy it, especially with the new movie coming out that I am very much looking forward to. I think that's gonna drive a lot of sales for this thing. From what I've seen, it's already on discount on lego.com too. But that does it for this video. Comment below, let me know what you think about the set. Always look forward to having a discussion with you. If you liked what you saw, consider subscribing to the channel and ring that bell so you're notified of when I upload content. And I will see you in the next video. Until next time, stack on.